Hi, my name is Ryan Battlener, and I'm really glad that you're interested in a personal, free and non-binding introductory consultation with me. Wow, super long word. This video is meant to help you get a better understanding of who I am, so you might consider booking a personal astrological consultation with me, which could provide you with significant value. In this video, I'll tell you why that is, who I actually am, where I come from, why I'm so good at consulting astrology, what qualifies me to be an expert in astrology, and why all of this is so important for you and how an astrological consultation could provide you with significant value. Now, about myself, I'm originally from a completely different field. I am a classical mechanical engineer and have worked for several years as the head of quality management with 5 other employees and as an assistant to the management in a medium-sized industrial family business. This company specializes in producing sophisticated high-performance plastics for use in aviation, aerospace, the automotive industry, mining, medical technology, the food industry. In November, aerospace, automotive, mining, medical technology, food industry. In November, my employment there was amicably terminated in 2022, and since then I've finally been able to fully pursue my true calling as an astrologer. And this is what I'm doing now. So how did I actually get into astrology? To explain this to you, I need to elaborate a bit more. I've always been very spiritual and esoteric, and the big questions about why this whole theatre exists in the world and what role I play in it have always captivated me. They have always captivated me. In this context, I've always been very interested in successful people and their high achievements and how they accomplish them. This led me to focus heavily since the year 2000 on how to best develop one's personality in a way that practically and efficiently overcomes significant external obstacles to achieve high-reaching goals. I was forced to handle intense and challenging life crises and use practical knowledge during tough and transformative times. I gained very effective, sustainable tools tested in real-life tough conditions. Through this, I acquired very good, practically applicable, efficient and sustainable tools that have been rigorously tested in real-life situations under very tough conditions. Until 2011, here, something really happened where I was absolutely and completely at a loss and just couldn't help myself anymore, despite my indeed very good acquired tools. The reason for this was a so-called toxic relationship with a lady. I was completely trapped, emotionally at her mercy, and just couldn't break free from her. Since self-employment, independence and freedom have always been very important to me, I had to find a way to break free from that situation back then. In the end, it was actually my desperation that ultimately led me to astrology. Back then, I only knew my zodiac sign, and then found out that there was also the ascendant, the moon, and various other planets, and that they could even aspect each other in different ways, and that things like relationship astrology existed. Long story short, I was very fortunate enough to still have her astrological data and listen to my highly developed and extremely sensitive intuition. I deeply immersed myself in astrology until I could solve the problem of the unhealthy and toxic attachment to that lady. Looking back, I'm very grateful for that very uncomfortable situation, as it was exactly what led me to astrology. Because after that, I realized that astrology can actually support and advise me very efficiently and sustainably in all areas of life. It shows you exactly where your individual abilities, potentials, and hidden latent talents lie, but also where your weaknesses, wounds, and blockages are. And in my opinion, it answers the most profound of all life questions. Why did my soul choose this life, and what specific experiences do I need to grow blissfully and joyfully so that I can live a truly happy, meaningful and fulfilling life? Since I'm more of a practical-minded person and need evidence to support my theses and hypotheses, I passionately initiated a Sherlock Holmes-style search and exploration back then and astrologically profiled everyone I came across: man, woman, young, old, rich, poor, successful, unsuccessful. It's very important to clarify what it actually means to be successful. There are actually all sorts of definitions, but we'll get into that later. Very attractive and less outwardly blessed, intellectuals and simple folks, serious and unserious people, and individuals from various cultural and religious backgrounds. I also had the opportunity to gather a lot of experiences in both couple counseling and dating. This means that I was able to gather a lot of experience in relationship astrology. At first, I was a bit overzealous and made some mistakes in interpreting the individual astrological data, but that's just part of the process. Because learning means making mistakes. Trying is better than studying, and no master has fallen from the sky. At some point, I got so good that some people actually became afraid of me. Most of the time, it was the intellectuals. They couldn't understand how I knew more about them through astrology than they did themselves. Astrology became my obsession. Professionals, couples, and engineers sought my guidance, but at some point the requests started piling up for me. It was very interesting that more and more successful business people, lawyers, doctors, educators, couples, and even engineers regularly sought me out for astrological advice, as I had previously advised them very successfully. It even went so far that some people confided in me how much money they had, wanting to receive astrological advice from me in the area of finances. Still, I just couldn't keep up with the time. At a certain point, I gathered enough practical evidence to clearly and openly state that astrology undeniably works in the right, professional, skilled, and undoubtedly serious hands, is absolutely applicable in real life, and is one of the most important and incredibly powerful tools I have ever come to know, and without a doubt in the realm of practical application. Why does a personal, skilled astrological consultation provide such great value for you? And what goal does an astrological consultation actually pursue? In my opinion, there is truly no better, faster, more efficient, and more successful way to take a very individual inventory of who you really are, where you indeed come from, where you should ideally develop, and what your so-called individual soul purpose is. Where exactly your individual abilities, potentials, and hidden latent talents lie. This is particularly important because, unfortunately, in the German-speaking world, we usually focus only on our weaknesses and neglect our strengths. How about we maybe do it the other way around first? Your weaknesses, injuries, and blockages will also be examined in more detail in an astrological consultation so that we can resolve certain blockages and help you to find your strength and live a happy, meaningful, and fulfilled life. What qualities do you actually need to be a very good astrologer? In my opinion, the following is necessary. Theoretical astrological knowledge forms a solid foundation. You need both the left and the right hemisphere of the brain. The left hemisphere of the brain for a certain minimum level of intelligence, good logical thinking, very good analytical, organizational, coordination, and management skills, and the right hemisphere for very good intuition, a stronger imagination, a strong sense of empathy, high sensitivity, and excellent emotional understanding. Plus a wealth of life experiences and a lot of practical experience in astrological consulting. 1,000. I believe that I possess all these qualities, and with my 10 years of astrological experience, I am an absolute expert in the field of consulting astrology. I offer you a free introductory consultation so that we can get to know each other better. An astrological consultation is very personal and intimate. If interested, sign up for a consultation with me. An astrological consultation is indeed something very personal and truly intimate. And that is why a good feeling and trust are so important. If I have piqued your interest and you feel you are worth it, you are warmly invited to sign up for the personal introductory consultation with me, and we can schedule a consultation appointment together. You can find my contact details in the description below this video. I look forward to your inquiry. Nice to have you here. See you soon. Ryan.